In this video, we will focus on two key elements of a lameness control plan. These are hoof pairing or trimming as a lameness preventative measure, and secondly, foot bathing. While the approach on many farms is to only pair cows that are actually lame, there is clear benefit in inspecting cows' hoofs routinely and pairing those that need it to help prevent cases of lameness occurring. It is important to point out that not every cow that is routinely inspected will need pairing, but it is worth doing the inspection in order to identify those cows that do. Most conditions causing lameness occur in the hoof or the skin and tissue close to the hoof. Due to the stresses of walking on hard surfaces such as concrete and farm roadways, many cows develop excess hoof growth. This is usually on the outer claw of the hind foot and leads to a disproportionate load and pressure being placed on that outside claw. This in turn increases the risk of the outer claw becoming damaged and the cow becoming lame due to white line disease, sole bruising or a sole ulcer. The Dutch method of hoof trimming is an approach that is commonly used by hoof trimmers to address this overgrowth, restoring even weight bearing across both claws. Routine hoof inspection and/or pairing will also help detect conditions such as mortellaro. In an ideal world, routine inspection and pairing, if needed, would be carried out twice a year on all cows. An alternative approach in grazing herds would be to use the AHDB mobility scoring system to identify score 2 and score 3 cows and arrange prompt pairing and treatment of these cows. In addition, other cows that are at a greater risk of becoming lame could be targeted. Higher risk cows would include cows with a history of lameness in the previous 6 months, and it is important that records be kept of lameness treatment so that these cows can be identified. Cows with overgrown hoofs, which can be identified by in-parlour inspection. Older cows, cows that are consistently to the rear of the herd when walking on the roadway. Routine preventative hoof inspection, with pairing if needed, reduces the number of cows that will become lame. Many farmers foot bathe their cows. This involves walking cows through a foot bath containing a disinfectant solution. What is the purpose of this? The reason we foot bath cows is to reduce the level of infection to which the feet of the cows are exposed. It is important to understand that foot bathing is not a treatment for cows with mortellaro. It is a means of reducing the level of infection in the herd environment. The benefit of foot bathing is that it will reduce the number of new infections that occur. What infections are we trying to control? Foot bathing helps control mortellaro, which is also known as digital dermatitis, and foul in the foot, and thirdly a condition called slurry heel. There are various types of foot baths, including the precast concrete foot bath, the purpose-built site-specific concrete foot bath, and stainless steel foot baths which empty, rinse and refill automatically. Ideally, the foot bath should be sited at or near the parlour exit. Cows will flow through the foot bath better and easier if the foot bath is set up in the normal exit route from the parlour and cows can see the foot bath as the escape route. A typical precast concrete foot bath will have the following dimensions: 0.8 metres wide, 3 metres long, and be filled to a depth of 125 millimetres. It is important to know the volume of the foot bath so that the correct amount of reagent can be added to achieve an effective concentration in the foot bath. By measuring in metres, the length, the width and the depth of the solution, we can then calculate the volume of product required to achieve the desired concentration. For example, a foot bath that is 3 metres long, 0.8 metres wide and filled to a depth of 125 millimetres will contain 300 litres of water. To achieve a 5% concentration of the product in the foot bath, the volume of product we need to add is obtained by multiplying the volume of the bath by the final concentration, in this case 300 by 0.05, telling us we need to add 15 litres. Many alternative foot bath disinfectants are available. Follow the manufacturer's directions in relation to dilution rates, safety and disposal considerations. Consult your vet for advice on the most appropriate product to use for your herd. How often should a farmer footbathe their cows? The purpose of footbathing cows is to control infections that contribute to lameness, the most important of which is mortellaro. The frequency of footbathing necessary for effective control depends on the level of infection within the herd. In herds with a high prevalence of infection, it may be necessary to footbathe every day for a period to get infection levels down. With a lower level of infection challenge, once or twice a week may be sufficient. Consult your vet, hoof trimmer or Teagasc advisor to determine which regime is necessary to achieve effective control on your farm. To ensure the healthiest hoofs possible and lowest levels of lameness, all herds should develop a planned approach to hoof care. This includes the following key elements: mobility score regularly, treat lame cows promptly, record cases of lameness, footbathing cows if mortellaro is present in the herd, and carry out routine hoof trimming.